How's it, mother lovers? Today, you've got two grown men hanging around a mitre gauge we can't actually use. Turns out the mitre slot on the mitre gauge had a bit of a disagreement. So rather than binning the footage, here's what happened. Does it have any destructions?
No. Oh! Countersunk screws randomly placed in the bottom of the box there.
Well spotted.
Because they're going to go walkabouts. Oh, where's the other one?
Put them on what they come from.
From, I don't know. We've got a bag of Allen keys, random spacers, a couple of loose bits in there.
What was I just saying about the packaging? That's probably come from spares in this bag.
Ah, there's another one down there.
Ah, that's what they're all for.
That's
Bung them in there anyway.
yeah.
Then.
Oh, there's another one of those shims here.
One, two, there should be three.
Oh, there's another one.
Three, there we go.
They've really got about those ones.
So we do need a one, two,
in.
three. So,
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh, no, it feels all right. But let's just make sure.
It looks quite solid.
They like their butt plugs, don't they, in
Oh, I say.
China?
Nothing like a knurled knob. Satisfying.
Knurled for his pressure.
Pleasing to turn. Little micro adjuster on there.
Yeah, you can get a pump for that, mate. I won't tell her.
She already knows.
Oh, you've got 510 long fence.
And that extends out that end.
It falls
No
out.
stop. Okay, right. So we've got a maximum extension realistically.
I'm not sure what this is about. I think this moves.
300 is your realistic extension.
See, there's a dead stop here somewhere. Like a ball bearing. That's
Right.
two.
Oh, okay. Indexes.
Three.
Oh.
So what is that for?
So there's little ball bearing indexes all the way along that. That's good. And they are...
That one's a little stiff though. See what I mean?
Stop touching it then. They seem to be at 100mm increments.
That came out the back there, which has got no indents for them.
I see. I just wonder if that's meant to be locked into there from that end. No. But it is, look, the knurled nut is at that end.
And these instructions, there's one missing and it is that one.
Yeah.
So you flipped it round.
So that's flush at that end. No? Oh, okay. Doesn't want to clamp into there.
So it needs to come back the other way because you'll be standing behind it. So if you... This for me is where you'd use the measurement. So now I want to make a cut. Whatever. Ah, maybe this zero is out of the blade. Right, I'm going to jump in here because me and Josh spent a long time scratching our nuggets trying to work out how this thing works. The short version is this. Once you've got everything set up, you use the red ruler to zero out to the curve of your blade. So just push it right out to the side of the tooth of your blade and then lock it off there. Then the measurements start to make sense. Simple enough. Oddly though, that's not explained in the instructions. Now Josh does raise a fair point.
I mean, to be honest, you're never going to use this scale to measure off.
No.
You're going to have measured and marked your piece of wood. There's, well, for the most part, you're always going to have a curved piece that you've cut, so that you're not getting breakout on the back.
Like your panel saw.
Yeah, yeah. So not being able to put a sacrificial board there, there's no space for that to take up for any, zero clearance piece.
No way of attaching it. I think you've said that anyway, but...
I mean, it's quite well made, isn't it? It's all solid. There's no...
Yeah, it's solid.
And you have got a nice series of pre-marked indents, really positive indents there for indexes. That's nice, that is. Oh, look. Oh, go on, let go. 20. Oh, look at that.
That's about locking that off. Nice.
Yeah.
So you've got to pull that to move it. So you can do half-mil increments, which is nice.
Yeah.
58 quid, mate.
Unbelievable. That's huge quality. Micro adjust on there so you can fine-tune your cuts.
So you lock that off.
Yeah.
Can you zero it out? No. Oh, yes, you can. Considering what else is on the market at the moment, we're looking 300 plus quid.
That's great value.
I mean, the ones we've both got, 170 quid. and they're epic value. And this is only 80 quid.
It's very good.
Apart from I don't know what's going on with these rulers, I can't see any fault with it. It's one thing I haven't mentioned to say to the camera, though, we can't test it out. So it doesn't fit our saws.
This is true.
Or Josh's saws, I should say. Extremely light compared with ours. But like I say, that's a huge deal breaker, not being able to add anything to the front of that. Well, you could, I mean, you're going to have to drill the holes and all that. And then
let's just have a look on here. Granted, we can't really do anything about it, but...
yeah, this saw doesn't have... most old saws don't have that T-groove, do they?
Just a straight groove.
Well, it's a good fit, that's for sure. Hope the camera's picking us up to rather dark. And that's on another saw.
It's a bit much now.
Too tight. Yeah. I've never said that before.
Too loose, the track.
Definitely said that before.
There's an echo coming back.
What's actually sitting in there, mate, to that? Nothing, or just free?
Right, so what we need to do is take the middle one out, crank down the outer bushing, and then put that middle one in to lock it, you see. This, oh, hold on. Oh, no.
That's a washer, isn't it?
Is that all it is? Because it's got a hex head in there. Oh. Let's have a quick look.
Right, another quick rescue mission. What followed next was yet another voyage of discovery. A few wrong turns and a fair amount of muttering. To save you sitting through all of that, once you've got the gauge set up properly and understand what the scales are actually telling you, it's straightforward enough to use. Quickly went back to this and found that little grub screw, tighten that up. Lock that down. It is not pivoting like it was before, but very minimal slop in that, and that's perfectly adequate. Have you still got the Hongdui fence and gauge?
No, it's like that. Don't let anyone see it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk away.
I didn't see it was that bad. You know. It's actually got mould on it, I think, isn't it?
No, that's dust, mate.
You know. Oh, I'm always going to prefer this one, but it's got slop in it. Tiny fraction, nothing like that.
Yeah, no, that's...
If I've had the money, I'd be buying this for 170 quid over that.
I mean, for budget, if I needed one, and I think I'd probably, granted, I've got that, but if it was like a case of, oh man, I really got to get this and do that job, get the job done, I can't spend a huge amount of money on it, then that would be where I was going. What is it?
57 or 8 quid or something, mate.
Round it up, 60 quid.
For a mitre gauge, it's really nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they threaded holes.
They're not.
They are threaded, yeah.
Sorry. But they don't fit this pin.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember what this pin was for. I know it's stored there. You leave it there and then you go, oh yeah, now I need it, and you put it down here.
It'll be taking up a... so it's probably taking up this difference here.
No, it's a... if you need it for this job, because that works out to be fine. It doesn't equate to this, because that's...
It adds nominal measurement, so where's our... So it probably, yeah. Yeah, it's adding the difference between the index arrow and the edge of that, I reckon.
I know it's not, honestly.
It looks to be about the same length.
Yeah, when you're doing those cuts and you've got a stop block just before the cuts.
Yeah.
You put your wood up to that, and then you move past that stop block so it's free to drop. It's something like that.
It's an offset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a unit, isn't it? I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
20 mil. That's 3/4 of an inch.
Question is... Oh.
No, totally different. Huge, great.
Yep. So if you want that, you're going to be stuck with, I bet, 19 mil wide.
Yeah. 9 mil, wasn't it? 9.3. 9.3. Yeah. 9.33. 3/8 of an inch.
So we can't even take that off, put it on
No.
there and find out, can we? I mean, that is... I mean, you can really hurt someone with that as well.
It is a weapon, isn't it? Potentially, yeah. I think you're getting great value for the 60 quid you're going to spend on that, and it's definitely going to do the job you want. You're going to make your cuts, you set your stops, and off you go. You know, set your angles, tally ho. That I do like. That's one of the only ones I've seen with positive indexes on it that are in the correct places.
You've got them there as well.
We've got this bar going round there.
So
That's that's a finer index on that one. I'll tell you what. So you just need a square now to put in.
£58.
Good value. If you can change the rod to fit the depth of your saw, okay, most modern saws will have that size, and that's fine. Band saws or whatever. Not that I need this, but if you did need it for smaller cuts that you can't make on the big squaring table, you'd want the bar to go in there as well. Having those available would be exceptional. For value and for usability straight out of the box, yeah, I think so. At the very worst, 4.5.
I think that's what I would go with, mate.
There's no plastic on it that's going to disintegrate, crack, and fall off suddenly.
Yes. It's nice to have nice things, though.
It is.
I'm giving this a solid 4 out of 5 dim sum. Why not 5? Because I've been spoiled by that Hongdui MG21 mitre gauge. For me, that's the benchmark. Considering the money, I honestly think it's one of the best mitre gauges on the market. That said, this comes in a very respectable second place. I wouldn't personally buy this though for a sight saw, you know, those small sights, small sort of table saws. It is doable, but it'll be hanging off the edge. And not to mention the distance between the blade and the back of the saw is so small, and you're going to eat that up with a mitre gauge, so your cross-cut capacity won't be wonderful. And let's be honest, most cabinet saws come with a mitre gauge that is less than desirable. It's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. For around 58 quid, this feels surprisingly premium. The question you're all asking, is it square? Yes. As long as your blade is correctly aligned to your mitre slot on the saw, this gauge is square and will do the job perfectly well. 58 quid for this is frankly ridiculous. I'll leave links below to both of these mitre gauges. And if you'd like to support this channel, get early access to vids and help keep the lights on, there's Patreon if you'd like to sign up to that. That'd be wonderful and it'd help out a lot. Thank you for watching, Mother Lovers. I'll see you on the next one. So if you like the cut of my jib, please like and subscribe. Share if you're really feeling kinky. And we'll see each other again.